Hello, future criminologists. It's Sam here, and today I will attempt to finish my discussion on question document examination. I know that for the past months, I have been uploading a series of videos explaining this subject. However, due to my constricted schedule, I was not able to finish this one, and it is one of my goals to actually finish an entire discussion on a certain topic or subject. So hopefully today ato ani siyang mahuman. However, murag taas-taas ni siya nga discussion, but still I will do my best, or I will try my best to finish it today. Now, um, today we will tackle the subject question document examination. So, of course, before we finish something, we have to start something. So, balik na punta sa uno. So, we will tackle the fundamentals of question document examination. So, in the fundamentals, we need to tackle three important terminologies, and these are questioned, document, and examination. But before we move forward there, first let's tackle about the word forensic. Now, why the word forensic? As you all know, si subject ng question document examination, this is actually under the area of criminalistics. And si area ng criminalistics, this was known before as forensic science. Now, when we say etymology of the word forensic, the word etymology means this is the study of the origin of the word. Again, etymology is the study of the origin of the word. So kung moingon di ay taog etymology of the word forensic, it means ato ang gistudihan or ato ang gihibaw-an kung asa nagikan ang word nga forensic. Moving forward, they said that the word forensic originates from the Latin word forensis, meaning of or belonging to the forum. But in other accounts, they say that the word forensis means public place or marketplace. But kung imuhang sabton, diba, there are terminologies these days that says forensic document examination, forensic ballistics, forensic science, forensic photography. So, kung ato siyang sabton, si word nga forensic, murag ato siyang gi-associate sa word nga legal. But why? Murag taas kaayo ang gap, no? Taas ang shift. Gikan sa public place or marketplace, later on nahimo or na-associate sa word nga legal. Why is that? It is because during sa panahon sa ato ang mga philosophers, sila Aristotle, sila Plato, ug kinsa pa na nga mga philosophers, mag-meet sila sa usa ka public place. It can be a marketplace or it can be in a public area, in a podium, nga kung asa mag-conduct sila og public discussion. Og pinaagi sa ilahang public discussion or sa ilahang panagdebatihay, ang ilahang mga beliefs later on became social norms. And these social norms were later on associated with law. So that's why kung maingon di ay taog forensic, ato ang gi-associate ang ato ang knowledge in different areas. It can be in forensic science or it can be in science. It can be in the area of question document examination in association to the law. So, why is the word forensic associated with the word legal or law? Because forensic work helps solve crimes and settle legal questions. So, kung moingon di ay taog forensic document examination, naghatag taog ebidensya, naghatag taog proof, so that our law enforcers or our police officers can investigate or gather evidence from a crime scene, and this will also help lawyers understand the truth. So that's why si word nga forensic later on ato siyang gi-associate sa word nga legal or law, because we are using different disciplines or branches of science to help administer justice or to help people find out the truth. Hopefully that is understandable. Okay. Now, moving forward, let's talk about the etymology of the word document. So, the word document, it was derived from two Latin terms and later on three Latin terms. And these are docere or docio and documentum. But to put it simply, they just mean to teach, they mean lesson, or they serve as proof. Kung ato siyang sabton pag-ayo, documents are actually there to teach us and to serve as proof. Why? Why is document there to teach us? For example, You want to know more about a certain topic. What do? You need to read books. You need to conduct your research. Through what? Through the documents that were issued, that were written by other people. Document serves as proof. Why? It serves as a proof of a person's existence. How so? Kung ang usa ka bata mataw, unsay i-release nila? They release a birth certificate. Kung ang bata mabunyagan, you get a baptismal certificate. Kung muskwela na ang bata, you have to give the PSA sa school nga enrollan sa usa ka bata. Kung naa na sa high school or mo-graduate na sa high school, there's the Form 137 para maka-enroll sa college. Kung naa na ka sa college, you need to get your student's load or imuhang subject load. And para makibaw ka kung unsa imuhang grado, you have your grade sheets. And kung mo-graduate na ka sa college, you have your TOR, your diploma, your good moral certificate. And kung mag-apply na ka, no, not apply, pero kung mag-process na ka or mag-file na ka para mo take sa board exam, you have to give other documents. So you have to give your TOR, your diploma, your credentials, like, for example, your NBI clearance, your police clearance, barangay clearance, ug unsa pa na nga mga documents. Kung manarbaho na ka, you have to give your credentials as well. And kung naa na ka sa stage sa pagpanarbaho, you have your payslip to prove nga nagdawat ka og sweldo. Kung mo retire na ka from work or mo undang ka og trabaho, you need to acquire a certificate of employment. Kung maminyo na ka, you have to or you will get a marriage certificate. And the cycle goes on. After nimo maminyo, na namoy anak, na napoy birth certificate. And the ending rajud is the death certificate. So therefore, document serves as proof. It serves as a proof of a person's existence. Nga nataw ka, nga naa ka aning kalibutana. It serves as proof of your credentials. Nga naa kay nahuman, nga naa kay trabaho, nga naa kay mga naatinan nga mga seminar, na kay naatinan nga mga orientation, or naa kay lisensya. So to put it simply, kung ingon day tag document, it is not just there that is that it's solely written. Okay, it is there to teach us, it is there to serve as proof. Okay, and also the term document was later derived from the French word document. So diri na jud naggikan no ang word nga document, gihuwa man ni America or sa American English gikan sa French word nga document, which means record. Pero pareho ra na sila. It serves as proof, it serves as record of life, of your credentials, of your success, of your employment, of your kaning mga na-acquire sa imuhang life. So to put it simply, si document, it is there to teach us and to serve as proof. Okay? Now, generally, kung moingon pud ta og document, so this is the general term or definition of the word document, okay? That the one that we tackled earlier, that was the etymology. So atong gistudihan asa nagikan ang word nga document. This one is the general term or the definition of the word document. So kung moingon day ta og document, it is any material containing marks, symbols, or signs either visible, partially visible, that may present or ultimately convey a meaning or message to someone. It can be in the form of pencil, ink writing, typewriting, or printing on paper. So kung moingon tayo og document, this is not limited to written materials. Dili ni siya limited sa mga gipangsuwat sa bond paper, di ni siya limited sa gipangsuwat gamit imuhang ballpen, imong lapis, or imuhang na print. Moingon ta og document maskin unsa na siya nga materyales nga naay mga marka, naay simbolo, either visible, klaro kaayo nimo, partially visible, dili kaayo maklaro pero imong makita nga naghatag, nag-convey og meaning or message to someone. So for example, magpatato ka sa imong chest og only judge can God me. Is that a document? Yes. Does it convey a meaning or message to you? Yes. So therefore, kana imong tattoo, it will serve as a document. For example, another example, mag-date-date mo sa imong uyab adto sa kakahuyan. Uy, kakahuyan. Anyway, mag-date-date mo sa imong uyab adto sa kakahuyan. And you want to kaning have a proof of your relationship. So nagbutang ka dito, nag-ukit ka sa kahoy og blank, heart blank. Is that a document? Does it convey a meaning or message? Does it serve as proof? Yes. So therefore, katoy mong giukit dito sa kahoy, it is a document. Another one, magsuwat ka sa imuhang desk og si kuan kay baho og ba. Naa ba nay meaning or message? Yes. Is that a document? Yes. So therefore, kung moingon di ay taog document, it is not limited to written materials, but rather it can be seen in any material that conveys a meaning or message. Okay? Now, let's move forward to the term questioned. So manata ni document ha, and hinata ni question. Ang tag question, this refers to something that is disputed, doubtful, or subject to inquiry and examination. Kung maingon day taog question, it means na ay pagpangutana nga nahitabo. So kung ato siyang i-associate sa field ni question document examination, na ay pagpangutana in terms of the authenticity of the document. Gipangutana kinsa ang nag-execute sa document, gipangutana kanus gi-issue ang document, gipangutana asa ang origin sa usa ka document. Okay? Moving forward, we have the term examination. Mingon tag examination, this is the process of detailed inspection or investigation. But it is the type of inspection or investigation conducted only by a professional to establish their findings. So kung mingon day tag examination, dili na siya pwede makandak nga maskin kinsara. It should be conducted by a person who is an expert in a certain field. So kung moingon tag examination, gikandak siya sa usa ka tawo nga eksperto sa usa ka butang para maka-establish sila sa ilahang findings ug makahatag og pruweba or proof. So kung atong isumpay si questioned, si document ug si examination, kung atong binisayon, naay pagpangutana nga nahitabo in terms or in regards to a certain document. Ug tungod kay naa may pagpangutana nga nahitabo, kinahanglan ta mo conduct og examination. Pero ang mo conduct sa examination, usara ka eksperto sa usa ka butang. Nganong kinahanglan eksperto tungod kay kinahanglan ta mo hatag og pruweba or proof. Okay? So here in the definition, it says that question document examination is defined as one in which the genuineness or originality of a certain document has been raised or it is uncertain and it is subject to examination for confirmation of authenticity or falsity. Gipangutana ang kamatuuran ug originality sa usa ka dokumento ug tungod kay nay pagpangutana nga nahitabo, kinahanglan nato magkandak og examination para makahatag og pruweba whether it is authentic, original ba siya, or whether it is not authentic or its falsity. Okay? Moving forward, there are two types of documents according to their structure and composition. We have the paper-based document, paper-based document, and the electronic-based document. So, kung mingon tag paper-based document, so these refers to tangible materials. So, just to stress the statement here, documents are no longer limited to tangible materials. Ngayon, tag-tangible ka ng mahikap. That is physical, okay? So niana sila nga ang mga document dili na siya limitado sa mga butang nga ato ang mahikap. Again, tangible mahikap. So kung mahikap nimo imong uyab, oh babe, you are tangible. Charot. Okay. Now, Wingon tag documents based on structure and composition. Again, there are only two types. We have the paper-based and electronic-based. Si paper-based, these are tangible documents. Mahikap nga mga dokumento nga naka-place sa physical writing material. Either naa sa papel, naa sa yellow pad, naa sa bond paper, naa sa blackboard, naa sa kahoy, naa sa lamisa. Anything nga imuhang mahikap. Just because gibutang diha paper-based, it doesn't mean papel ra na siya ha. Naa na siya sa mga butang nga ato ang mahikap. Okay? Moving forward, we have the electronic or digital documents. The electronic or digital documents, these are also known as advanced documents or paperless documents. Gitawag og advanced tungod kay they are stored in electronic forms or naa siya sa atong mga computer, naa siya sa ato ang cloud, naa siya sa ato ang mga application, ma-access nato siya maskin asa. That's why it's advanced. And si paper, it's called paperless tungod kay wa ta nagamit og papel. Naa siya again nakastore sa ato ang mga devices. Okay? So to put it simply, there are two types of documents based on structure and composition. These are paper-based documents and electronic or digital documents. Paper-based tangible materials mahikap. Electronic documents or digital documents untangible di mahikap na asa computer. Okay? Moving forward, we have the general types of documents. We have the disputed document and the question document. So I would just like to clarify, okay? So there are some authors that claims that disputed document and question document are the same. So somehow if you will read some materials or mga libro, some authors would interchange these two terminologies, but based on my understanding they are actually different. Kay kung ingon mo tag question document, according to definition it says one in which the facts appearing therein may not be true and the document is being contested either in whole or part with respect to its authenticity, identity, or origin. So since the document is still being contested and the facts appearing therein may not be true, it means, may tag question document, naa pa siya sa stage of examination. So, naa pa siya sa laboratory. Gikandak pa ang examination. So, ang document di ay, girefer na nato as question document kung ato pa na siyang gi-examine. Okay? Pero kung maingon tag disputed document, according to definition, it is a term that suggests that there is an argument or controversy over the document. From the word argument, so this is just based on my understanding, and for you to at least have or understand kung unsay kalahian sa duha, si disputed document naa may word nga argument. So therefore gilalisa na siya, gidebatehan ni siya. So ato adang gi-refer ang document as disputed document kung naa na siya sa stage sa korte. Nga kung asa naa nay pruweba, naa nay proof, humana ang examination. Pero kinahanglan pa nila debatehan para makibawta kung unsa jud ang tinuod. Okay? So again, question document, it is in the stage of examination, laboratory. Disputed document in the stage of argument, korte. Okay? Now, moving forward, we have the standard or standard document. So, si standard document, this is also known as specimen, or this is also known as the original document. So, according to definition, standard documents are condensed and compact set of authentic original specimens or authentic or original documents. So, kung maingon day taog standard, muni siya ang klase sa dokumento nga kung asa kibawta asa naggikan, kinsa ang naghimo, ug kanus agi himo. So, just take note everyone, standard document is very important in the stage of document examination. Why? Because you cannot conduct a document examination without standard document. Dapat kuyog na silang duha. Ingon ani ra ang concept good. 'Di ba kung makakuha ka og evidence nga fingerprint sa usa ka crime scene, you cannot pinpoint kung kinsa or asa nagikan ang usa ka fingerprint without another specimen to compare it to. So same goes with standard document and question document. Dapat kuyog na silang duha. So in order for you to conduct a question document examination, you must have the two. You must have the question document and you must have the standard document. The only difference is that si question document wala kakibaw kung kinsa ang original author or writer. Wala kakibaw kung asa nagikan or wala kakibaw kanus agi issue. But si standard document kibaw ka kinsa ang writer, kinsa ang author o kibaw ka asa gi issue. Okay? Hopefully that is understandable. Now, since we're talking about standards, there are actually two types of standards. So we have the collected or procured standard, and we also have the requested or dictated standard. First off, let's talk about the collected or procured standard. Mingon tag collected or procured standard, these are original specimens or original documents nga atuang gikuha that is executed from a person's day-to-day business, official, social, or personal activities. So for example, naa kay mga diary, naa kay attendance, naa kay notes gikan sa eskwelahan. Those will serve as collected or procured standard. Ug diha pod mosulod si contemporary document. Nganuman, Moingon nga itag contemporary document. These are documents which are not more than 5 years before or after our question document. So then again, akong balikon ha. In order for us to conduct a document examination, dapat naa si question document o si standard document. And in order for you to get a standard document, you must collect standards. Ug naa diha si collected or procured standard. Ug diha pod musud si contemporary document nga naman. So ingon ani ang concept, okay? For example, imuhang okay, kanina lang. Imuhang question document is na issue pag ngano man na. Imuhang question document asa man ko. Imuhang question document na issue pag 2015. Okay, na-issue siya pag 2015. So you must get a collected or procured standard, but it should be contemporary. So it should not exceed 5 years before or after our question document. So dapat magkuha kag standard from 2015 only until 2010. Magkuha kag standard from 2015 only until 2020. So other documents that are or that exceeds years before or after these dates are deemed as moot, meaning wala siya'y gamit. Because why? Because we actually change our handwriting or a person's handwriting changes over time. That's why naa siya'y limitation. So within 5 years before or after our question document rata magkuha og collected or procured standard. Hopefully that is understandable. Now, moving forward, we have the requested or dictated standard. So let me reiterate again, we cannot conduct a document examination without our standard or if we only have our question document alone. So ingon ani ang concept, okay? For example, your question document is written in cursive, pinakatay. Unya, ang imuhang nakuha nga collected or procured standard is binuldi. We have a principle in question document examination that you cannot conduct a question document examination or a document examination if two of your specimens are not the same. So therefore, kung imong collected or procured standard is binuldi unya imuhang question document is pinakatay, di na siya pwede. That's why we will resort to requested or dictated standard. Gitawag siya og requested or dictated standard tungod kay gi-request siya. Gipangayo nato. So, for example, again, imong question document is pinakatay. So you have to request a standard that is written in cursive form or pinakatay pod nga form. Gitawag siya og dictated tungod kay dili pwede nga makita ni subject ang ato ang question document. Dapat ato ara siyang diktahan kung unsa ang angay nga isuwat. Why is that important? Why is it necessary to dictate kung unsa ang isuwat? Because kung si subject makakita sa question document, unya na ay possibility nga iyahang ma-copy or iyahang ma-incorporate ang kaning strokes nga iyang makita sa question document. So that's why imuhara siyang dapat diktahan kung unsa ang angay isuwat para dili manipulate ang iyahang handwriting. Okay? So just to reiterate or reinforce your understanding, there are two types of standards. These are collected or procured standards and requested or dictated standards. Collected or procured kadtong mga standards nga ato ang makuha base sa mga gi-execute sa usa ka subject sa iyang gipangbuhat sa iyang day-to-day activities. Diha mosulod si contemporary document because we can only get a collected or procured standards which should not exceed 5 years before or after our question document. Si requested or dictated standard mo ni ang klase sa standard nga ato ang gi-request gipangayo ug ato ang gidikta tungod kay dili pwede makita ni subject kung unsa ang angay nga isuwat. Okay? Moving forward, we have the term exemplar. So do not stress your brain cells, okay? Si exemplar o si standard document, they are the same, okay? It's just that si standard, that is the old term. Si exemplar mo ni siya ang new term for standard. So if you are a Gen Z, you can refer to the standards as exemplar. But if you are an old school like me, we refer to the standards or authentic documents are as standards, okay? Moving forward, we have the holographic document. So from the word holographic, the word holo, so that is derived from the Latin term holo, which means whole or complete, and graphene, which means writing. So kung yung tag holographic, it means whole writing. So kung mo na tag holographic documents, it means the entire content of the document is handwritten. So for example, imuhang title diha gi-typewritten nimo, that will not be known as holographic document because again, when tag holographic document, the entire document is handwritten from your title to your introduction to your body to your conclusion and even to your signature, they are handwritten. Moving forward, we have the term reference collection. Mintag reference collection, these are materials compiled and organized by the document examiner to assist him in answering special questions. Okay? Mintag reference collection, it is not limited to written materials, but rather it is any type of material nga gikolekta, gi-compile sa usa ka document examiner para makatabang niya unsaon pag-conduct og document examination. Pwede siya mga typewritten documents or mga typewriters. Pwede siya mga writing specimens or katong mga specimens nga iyahang na-examine before. Pwede mga lain-lain nga ink, pwede lain-lain nga ballpen, pwede lain-lain nga lapis. Why? Para makasabot siya unsa ang behavior sa usa ka ink or unsa ang behavior or composition sa usa ka ink, makibaw siya kung unsa ang behavior sa usa ka ballpen kung iyahang i-execute ang iyang kaugalingon nga handwriting. So through the reference collection, mas makasabot si document examiner unsaon pag-conduct og examination and naapod siya basis sa iyahang mga na-establish nga findings. Kay naaman siya proof, naaman siya gibasihan, naaman siya reference, okay? Again, just to reinforce, reference collection is not limited to written materials, but rather, dain-lain ni siya nga klase sa material nga gibasihan sa usa ka document examiner para makibaw siya unsaon pag-conduct og examination. Moving forward, we have the definition of documents based on legal concepts. So, mingon ganit tag document, so this is based on the legal concept, okay? It is a deed, an instrument, or duly authorized paper by which something is proved, evidenced, or stated. Moingon ta og document, maskin unsa na siya nga klase sa materyales or instrumento nga kung asa naa kay gusto ipamatuod, na kay gusto ihatag nga pruweba, or naa kay gistate nga mensahe. Okay? And documents is not limited to writings or the alphabets. It is any material that contains letters, words, numbers, figures, symbols, or other modes of written expressions offered as proof of their contents. Again, moingon tag document, maskin unsa na siya nga materyales, dili na siya limited sa mga word ra, kundi maskin unsa nga mga materyales nga naay marka, naay simbolo nga naghatag og pruweba or naghatag og mensahe nato. Okay? Now, we have the different legal classification of documents. So first off, we have the public document. So a public document is a document created, executed, or issued by a public official in response to the exigencies of the public service. Okay, kung ato siyang sabton, mentag public document, mo ni siyang mga affidavit, mo ni siya ang mga deed of sale, or maskin unsa nga mga document nga gi-issue sa usa ka opisyalis nga ilahang gi-issue in response to the exigencies. Unsa nang in response to the exigencies? When we say exigencies, mga importante nga matter nga kinahanglan ato ang aksyonan dayon. So for example, nawagtang ang imuhang driver's license. Unsa man ang kinahanglan buhaton para makakuha tag another nga driver's license? Of course, we need to execute an affidavit of loss. So si affidavit of loss, that is an example of a document that is executed or issued by a public official nga si lawyer in response to the exigencies. Kinahanglan siya i-issue tungod kay kinahanglanon siya regarding sa importante nga matter. Okay? Pero para mas dali nga sabton, si public document, it is any type of document nga ginotaryuhan sa usa ka public or competent public official with solemnities required by law. So just because opisyalis ka, unya naa kay pangtamla, naa kay pangnotaryo diha, pero wala ka gihatagan og kaning autoridad or authorization sa ato ang balaod, you cannot actually notarize a document. Dapat ang kadtong mga tawo nga monotaryo sa usa ka public document kadturang na ay otoridad nga gi-vest sa atoang balaod. So to put it simply, yung tag public document, it is any type of document nga gi-issue sa usa ka public official nga gihatagan og otoridad sa atoang balaod, ug ang ilahang document nga gi-issue kay dapat gi-issue in response to the exigencies of the public service. Gi-issue siya tungod kay importante siya sa mga kanang mga importante nga mga situation or mga butang. Okay? Now, let's move forward here. Documents acknowledged before. Okay, so this is just more definition of public documents. Okay, so public documents are documents acknowledged before a notary public, except last wills and testaments. Tag last wills and testaments kay mo na siya ang kaning kabilin sa usa ka tawo. So last will and testament kan padung na mamatay unya nagpahimo og kasulatan sa kabilin. Electronically notarized documents are transformed into public documents. Just take note, kato mga dokumento nga na notaryuhan electronically, pwede siya ma-transform into public documents, pero it should be acknowledged by the court. Okay? So, para ma-valid siya, it should be acknowledged by the court. Moving forward, we have the official document. Yung tag official document, these are the types of documents issued by the government or its officers having the authority to do so, and the offices which, in accordance with their creation, they are authorized to issue and be issued in the performance of their duties. For example, si mayor nag-issue og usa ka certification. Will that be considered an official document? If ang certification na hitabo in accordance sa iyahang function as mayor, yes, it will be considered as an official document. Because take note, kani si official document mo ni siyang mga lain-lain nga klase sa dokumento nga kung asa ang mga government agencies ra or ang mga ahensya sa atong gobyerno ra ang maka-issue or ang mga agents ra sa atong government ang maka-issue. So, an example of an official document is kaning driver's license. So, kinsa may mo issue sa driver's license? Of course, si LTO. Certificate of Live Birth. So, kinsa may maka-issue sa Certificate of Live Birth? Si PSA. Si passport, dili ang airport. Ang maka-issue sa passport muna si Department of Foreign Affairs. So, kaning mga NBI clearance, port clearance, so muna siya mga document nga gi-issue sa atong mga respective offices as legitimate form of identification. Okay, so mura siya mga kaning NBI nga agency or NBI office, ato ta sa police office, and ato ta sa lain-lain nga mga korte para makakuha tag court clearances. So, to put it simply, excuse me, to put it simply, si official document kay Mura ni siyang mga lain-lain nga klase sa document nga kung asa ang maka-issuean na kay katurang mga government offices or ang mga agent sa usa ka government offices ang naay otoridad nga mo issue. So mo bitaw na og kung maghimo ta og mga driver's license or passport or ID nga dili ang government ang mag-issue, dakop ta. Why? Because we do not have the authority to do so. Okay? Next, we have the private document. So, yung private document, it is a deed or instrument executed by a private person without the intervention of a notary public or other person legally authorized. So for example, magklase ko. Unya ako ang estudyante nagpass og excuse letter. Akong estudyante si Mark. Si Mark ay tahimik lang. So ni ana si Mark, to whom it may concern, please excuse me for absent yesterday due to headache. Wa siya kibaw kung unsay spelling, so na siya nga LBM na lang. Thank you for understand and considering. So kaning excuse letter ni Mark nga estudyante nako, that is considered as a public document. Why? Because naay kasulatan or naay gisuwat nga serve as proof. Unsa man na nga proof nga absent siya that day, nga naa siya headache or LBM. Pero walay ni intervene nga notary public. Of course, iyang excuse letter wala ginotaryuhan o wala pod siya gi-issue sa usa ka public official. So therefore, that will be considered as a private document. Another example of a private document is your love letter to your loved ones. Baby, nikaon na ka, kanunti ka. That is an example of a private document. Okay. Another example is a resignation letter. Dear sir, resignation letter. Bye-bye, sir. Okay. Ginotaryuhan ba ni si resignation letter? Wala. Naabay ni isyu nga public official? Wala. So therefore, it is a private document. Okay. Moving forward, we have the commercial document. So kanisi commercial document, it is any type of document defined and regulated by the Code of Commerce. This is executed in accordance with the Code of Commerce or any mercantile law containing disposition of commercial rights or obligations. So it means si commercial document, this serves as proof of your transaction. For example, naka-decide mo sa imuhang mga barkada nga magtagay. So, of course, moadto mo sa 7-Eleven or asa mo mopalit sa inyong tagay except sa sari-sari store, ining kabayad ninyo sa cashier na sila i-issue nga resibo. Kadto sa resibo, that is an example of a commercial document because it shows as a proof of your transaction and obligado ang mga business establishments nga mohatag og pruweba nga naay nahitabo nga pag-transact between nila ug sa ilahang customers. Moving forward, we have the electronic document. So I think I have already discussed this part. Yung tag electronic document, it is any type of document that exists only in electronic form. So kana inyong mga chat sa messengers, imuhang mga documents, inyong Microsoft Word, inyong PowerPoint presentation, inyong mga credentials nga nasa inyong Google Drive, those serves as an electronic document. Another example, mag-chat-chat mo sa imong uyab. Hey baby, did you eat na? Ni-reply si baby, wala pa babe. Unya, ni-reply pod ka, oh, eat na babe. Gusto ka, kanunti ka. Ingana, no? So, kana inyong chat-chat sa imong uyab kay. That is an example of an electronic document. So, just to reinforce everyone, public document, it is a type of document that is executed by a public official in response to the exigencies of public service pero para dali sabton mga notaryado nga mga dokumento. Also, just to clarify, okay? Some official documents can be a public document, but an official document cannot be a public document. So si public document, that is very broad. Nga mang mahitabo nga ang official document makonsider nato as public document. For example, si mayor nag-issue og certification gi notaryohan ni mayor, so therefore kung mag-focus ta sa aspect nga notaryado siya, that will be considered as a public document, okay? Pero kung ang certification ra or ang content lang ang atong gi-focusan, then that will be an official document. Pero to put it simply, public document, notaryado, official document, mga klase sa dokumento nga kung asa ang mga agencies ra ang maka-issue ana nila, or government agencies or ang agents mismo ana nga government agencies ra ang maka-issue ana nila. Next, private document, klase sa dokumento nga gi-execute sa usa ka tawo without the intervention of the notary public, dili notaryado ug wala gi-issue sa usa ka public official or government agency. Commercial document, a type of document that serves as proof of transaction. An example of that is the receipt or resibo or invoice, okay? And lastly, we have the electronic document. So, say electronic document, this serves or this exists only in electronic form. So, mga klase sa dokumento nga imo makita using your device. Okay, so for now, we will stop there since our discussion is at 40 minutes. So, we will continue our discussion on part 2. Stay tuned.